The Freakin CrossFit Throwdown WOD 3 is just keep moving. On the count of 3, 2, 1, athletes will have 17 minutes to complete the following.
3 rounds of a 320-foot sprint, followed by 5 clean to overhead, relay style. Then a 320-foot sprint, followed by 15 kettlebell swings, relay style. Then 80-foot synchronized overhead lunges with weighted PVC pipe, while keeping the PVC pipe off the ground. 60 handstand push-ups will be completed, then 80-foot synchronized overhead lunges back.
Workout will end at the completion of 6 unbroken complexes of 7 toes to bar and 7 chest to bar pull-ups. For the sprint, athletes must start behind the starting cone, run down the field, and around the end cones. Athletes must come back and touch the starting cone before starting the second lap. For the clean to overhead, athletes must take the weight from the ground to the shoulders and then overhead. The repetition is completed when full extension of the hips, knees, shoulders, and elbows are fully locked out with feet back together and bar under control. Any form of a clean will be accepted. Athletes must tag each other in before the next athlete can begin their round. Once the 3 rounds are completed, 3 more rounds of sprints and kettlebell swings will be next. For kettlebell swings, athletes will take the weight from below the hips to above the head with hips, knees, shoulders, and elbows fully extended with kettlebell inverted and above the head. Athletes will then move on to the 2-person synchronized overhead tandem lunges. For the lunges, both athletes' knees will have to make contact with the ground before the next lunge can be completed. If one athlete does not touch the ground, the judge will stop the athletes and ask them to take a few steps back before continuing again. Athlete will start behind the starting cone and work their way across the field. The PVC pipe must remain above the heads until the leading athlete's foot crosses the end cones. Athletes can switch in and out as needed, but must make transitions with the pipe remaining overhead. If the pipe drops below either athlete's head at any time during the lunges, a 30-second penalty will be added to the time. Once the athletes reach the end of the lunges, they will have 60 handstand push-ups to complete while PVC pipe remains off the ground with 2 people holding it. Athletes can transition as needed. For the handstand push-ups, athletes will start with elbows locked out, shoulders extended with head in line with the arms, and only the heels in contact with the wall. Athlete must then touch the head to the ground and return back to the starting position. For intermediate, novice, and master's division, wall walks will be performed in place of handstand push-ups. For wall walks, athletes will start with hands in front of the line. They will then walk their feet up the wall until both hands are on top of the plates. Rep is completed when both hands are on top of the plates. Once handstand push-ups are complete, athletes must lunge back to the starting cone. After the completion of the final lunge, athletes will move on to the rings and perform 6 complexes of 7 toes to bar and 7 chest to bar pull-ups. Athletes must remain off the ground until the entire complex is completed. Athletes can transition as needed. For toe to bar, athletes must start with arms fully extended under the bar. Reps are completed when both feet make contact with the bar at the same time. In between each repetition, athletes must return both feet back to the vertical plane of the bar. For the chest to bar, athletes must remain off the ground and start each rep with arms fully extended under the bar. Rep is completed when chest makes contact with the bar anywhere below the clavicle. In between each rep, athlete must return back under the bar with arms fully extended. For the intermediate division, athletes will perform 6 complexes of 5 toe to bar and 5 pull-ups. They do not have to be unbroken. For pull-ups, athletes will start with arms fully locked out under the bar. Rep is completed when the chin breaks the horizontal plane of the bar. For novice division, athletes will perform knees to waist. For knees to waist, athletes will start with feet off the ground, arms fully extended under the bar. Rep is completed when knees cross the horizontal plane of the waist. In between reps, athletes must return the knees back to the vertical plane of the bar before next rep can start. For Masters Division, athletes will perform either toe to bar or knees to arms. For knees to arms, athletes will start with feet off the ground and arms fully extended under the bar. Rep is completed when knees make contact with any portion of the arms. In between reps, athletes must return the knees back to the vertical plane of the bar.